All right, back here on the Sweat, I am Emerson Lotzia asking the hard-hitting NBA questions. Kenny Ducey, you will do your best to answer them. Producer Tom wrote them. Building blocks, dude. So who are you building your lineups around on this 8-game slate? We'll sprinkle in some sports betting talk as well. But first, building block at center. Hook me up, dude.
Oh, I've just been hit so hard. That really hurt. $10,000. I'm going to Zion Williamson against the Golden State Warriors. 120 implied team total here. The Warriors have just been awful on defense, Emerson. Horrible in the front court. They're one of my favorite front courts to attack because this team cannot rebound. They cannot play defense, but especially down low. They've just been hurt all season long. And like even the guys that are healthy aren't good, like Kevon Looney. Eric Paschall's been just so hurt this year. He has barely played. James Wiseman, obviously. So, yeah, I think that this is always a spot that I like attacking. I was actually looking at Steven Adams, believe it or not. But I don't know if he's going to play. I also don't know how many minutes he's going to play. For some reason they were like, yeah, Steven Adams is going to play 35 minutes, I might look at him as well. But both teams here, top 6 in pace over the last 10 games. A ton of points are going to be scored. No defense is going to be played. And I think a lot of scoring and rebounding down low for Zion Williamson.
All right, who would you consider building your lineup around at the forward position?
I got to go with one of my New York Knicks, Emerson. It's Julius Randle at 10.3K against Memphis. He's hit value in 9 of the last 10 games. His minutes, believe it or not, no one's going to believe it, but you go back, you look at last night's box score, front end of a back-to-back, Tom Thibodeau is the coach, and his minutes were limited. He barely played last night, so he should actually be fresh for this one, which is like a breath of fresh air for Knicks fans and anyone who wants to roster Julius Randle. He should be able to play, 38 minutes because, he always does, with no negative effects here. The Grizzlies are 9th in pace over the last 10 games as well. He's got back-to-back 51 DKFP games. And last game against the Thunder yesterday, on Sunday, his usage rate was 38, which was just absolutely ridiculous. So I do think that he's going to go for another big night here. The spot is very nice against Memphis. In the front court, they're just a little weak, and on defense especially. And they play fast-paced.
All right, take me to guard here. It looks like we have 3 players north of 10K with guard eligibility.
Yeah, I have to take Russell Westbrook at $11,000. I think this is another guaranteed triple-double. Indiana's 2nd in pace, and Washington is actually 4th over the last 10 games. So we were talking about how the pace kind of matches up well for Zion Williamson and the Warriors, because both of them are top 6. Both of these teams are top 4 in pace over the last 10 games. But yeah, this man is on fire. He's averaging 60 DK fantasy points per game over the last 5. And the Pacers have been one of the more struggling defenses over the last month, really. I mean, they've had so many injuries. And speaking of Malcolm Brogdon, questionable for this one. If Malcolm Brogdon does not suit up, Russell Westbrook's going to have a cushy matchup here and should score all of the points, rack up all of the rebounds and assists. I think that he's a big play tonight.
If someone is considering building their lineup around a value play, what would you suggest?
It's got to be Taj Gibson. Again, I told you I love attacking Memphis and taking the Knicks in this game. He's had 31 minutes with Nerlens Noel out last night. It's a pace-up game for them against the Grizzlies, and they've been one of the worst rebounding teams lately. I mentioned it, 23rd in rebounding rate over the last 10 games. $3,100. Again, you want to make sure you get confirmation that Nerlens Noel is not going to play, but he had a sprained ankle. I don't know why they would just rush him back here with so much depth in the front court. Yeah, this is a slam dunk play for me, Taj Gibson. I think he gets you 10x here at 3,100.
Let's go over to the DraftKings Sportsbook here before we wrap up this segment. What is your favorite spread or money line bet for tonight for the NBA?
I really actually like the Magic plus 1.5 against the Pistons. I think they should be the favorite in this game, and I would absolutely take them on the money line, like up to minus 120. The Pistons are putting out non-competitive lineups here. Jeremy Grant, Wayne Ellington, Mason Plumlee, and Corey Joseph all out for this game. And you look at the Magic, they've actually had some pretty fun players. Like, dare I say, they've actually had some players that haven't been awful. Mo Bamba has been playing really well. Cole Anthony's been playing really well. Mo Wagner has fit in well there, just kind of cast away by the league. So they actually are, they're playing with a purpose. Obviously there's no incentive to tank here, right? Because the anti-tanking rules, the lottery is not the same. So I think that they've been playing pretty hard every night, and I think that they play hard again here and get a win over the Detroit Pistons, who just, again, who is even starting for that team? And no one knows.
Nope, nobody knows. You know all of the bets on the DraftKings Sportsbook for the NBA. Give me your favorite one overall.
So I mentioned that the Pelicans are in a pace-up spot here against the Golden State Warriors, who are a bad defense. Earlier in the year, great defense, but something happened. They just decided not to play defense anymore. They can't stop a nosebleed. Neither of these teams can. So Lonzo Ball in that game, over 15.5 points, to me seems like a sure bet. He's gone over that mark 4 of the last 5 games. He's coming off a 33-point night, and the Warriors just have not defended the perimeter well at all, Emerson. I think Lonzo Ball here has another 20-point game. I think he shatters the 15.5 point over-under set for him at the DraftKings Sportsbook.